sleep with his people, his women, yeah, is a good man.
He's the Son of Man.
He's the son of, he's the Messiah, yeah? So Yahweh Shai, he's sowing the good seed.
The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
The what?
The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
So that's when Yahweh Shai said, know that you haven't chosen me, but I have chosen you. He's sowing that seed onto you. And that's Israel.
But the tares are the children of the wicked ones.
But the tares are what?
But the tares are the children of the wicked ones.
So through like I said, through history, the oppressors have slept with our women and sown their seed line amongst our people. And then over the generation, our people, their people keep breeding. Their people keep getting with our people. It's time from the seed line of your father. So there could be heathens that look like Jakes and Jakes that look like heathens. Spirit bears witness. You know, we can look at a so-called black man and say to him, "Do you know who your nationality is?" But that could be a damn heathen.
That's how
you go. And that's why the Most High, and that's why Yahweh Shai says this.
And it says, the enemy that sold them is the devil.
The enemy that what?
The enemy that sold them is the devil.
So that's the deceiver. That's the deceiver. That's the deceiver. So the devils are the ones that don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, the ones that deceive the nation of Israel. Read.
The devil is the end of the world. It's Esau.
That's Esau.
And the reapers are the angels.
Yeah, that's Israel. Huh?
As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire.
The what?
As therefore the tares are gathered
and burned in the fire.
So shall it be in the end of this world.
Yeah.
And it says,
So that's how it's gonna be. So the Most High is gonna gather the tares and the wheat together, and he's gonna separate them. He said he's gonna put the goats on the left side and the sheep on his right hand. But because of colonization and slavery, it's hard to identify who you are just by looking at you. So now that's why he says the Spirit bears witness whether they be of God. So we have to come out here and we have to ask people. You know, like I said, Esau cannot hide his true colors. It's always gonna manifest. The heathens don't know. The heathens couldn't keep the laws, so they have no spiritual remnants with the law. Yes. Go and read this one.
Right. What? 1 Maccabees 8 and 10.
Yeah.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 8 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
And that they, having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captain, and fighting with them slew many of them, and carried away captives their wives and their children, and spoiled them, and took possession of their lands, and took possession of their lands, and pulled down their strongholds, and brought them to be servants unto this day.
So that's what the heathens have done to us. The tears have done that to us. The tears have gone because they know their lineage back in the ancient.
The enemy has made tears amongst the people.
Yeah.
By speaking of our wives.
So the enemies have made tears amongst our nation by sleeping with our wives. So it was easy for them to infiltrate us. They use people that look like us, like the Bob Marleys, to bring down our strongholds. You know?
And there's another one where we started to sleep.
Yeah. And then we started sleeping with Claire, Stacy and Sabrina. She put her finger at us and we went Lulu to Lally. We went absolutely crazy for them. But that's why our seed line is not as strong no more. Because it's been watered down. Like my brother likes to say, it's been watered down. Yeah? It's been shriveled down. We're telling our people to come back to your heritage, to build our nation again. But don't build it on worldly stuff, build it through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the only way we're going to see redemption.
And this is Ezra's chapter 10 and verse 10.
Look it out.
Now Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, Thou hast transgressed and have taken strange wives.
They have what?
Thou hast transgressed and taken strange wives.
And our men, especially, well, not even men, our men and our women love to hold on to these other nations. You always see an Eve with an Edomite man. Yeah?
To increase the trespass of Israel.
To increase the trespass of Israel. So we've just been making transgressions after transgressions. We're trespassing against the Most High because we're not keeping our seed line pure. And our women, they're quick to go for the so-called white man because they can't. If a woman come to a strong Israelite man that had the law, statutes, and commandments, it'll be too much for them. It'll be way too much for them. That's why Claire, Stacy, and Sabrina likes a so-called black man. There's two reasons why actually. Either one, he's a yes man, or number two, he shows authority. And you know how Claire and Stacey likes to get slapped about a bit and then but really appreciate that, bro.
This is Sirach chapter 26 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers.
And give not thy strength to strangers.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
Get me Proverbs 31 and 10. Yeah, so when you got a good woman, a good Israelite woman, sow your seed with that woman, so your seed does not be defiled. You know? Like we're meant to be out here to tell our people to come back to each other, to unite with each other. Our people are so diverse, they rather join hands with the enemy before joining hands with each other.
Sirach 13 and 15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth against its kind, and a man will cleave to his like. What fellowship have a wolf with a lamb? What fellowship have a wolf with a lamb?
So how can you get a wolf and a lamb and put them together and make an abomination? It ain't gonna work. It's the same with people.
So the sinner with the godly.
So the sinner with the godly. So how can you go and lay down with your oppressor and create a family with your oppressor, knowing what they've done to you for generations?
What argument is there between a hyena and a dog?
Yeah, a hyena and a dog, they're both canines, right? But they're two different breeds.
And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hate humility, so doeth the rich abhor the poor. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly that. So you're gonna go into these families and you're gonna sit there. It always happens to a so-called black man mostly. He gets with a so-called white girl, or Latino. He gets with a so-called white girl, and the dad don't like you. Because it's in their spirit, it's in their genes not to like you. He already knows. That's why they always say, why you got this nigger in your house? Why are you with this nigga? Why are you with this what do they call the Latinos? The Jose. You with Jose.
And it's even worse because we got our own people, the Nigerians or the Ghanaians, they'll be like, why you bring home that Jamaican man?
Exactly.
Because that's the curses, man. We're not meant to be together.
Exactly that.
Man. But you know how they love bringing home my white girl, innit? Jamaicans will be like, anything with pum pum, me I gotta beat it. Like, what's going on with these yardies, man?
Like, our people don't see it.
I had to ask him, so wait, y'all got pum pum, y'all deal with dog? And the man said, the man want to beat me up, say, yo, where I mentioned dog, or me have to kick out your teeth, and I'm like, look, you ain't kicking out, no teeth out. But you mentioned something stupid, like anything with pum pum. You need to be mindful how you put your things, but because that same as the verse says, what's a wolf laying with a lamb? What's a hyena laying with a dog? And if I got the scriptures out, it says, for all without the commandments are dogs anyway. So it's like,
that's right.
You could be an Israelite.
The godly and
the sinners,
that's right.
You're laying down with the ungodly, man.
No, that's right. The world are beautiful. Beautiful. It's true. It's true. So yeah, bring this one out real quickly.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can what?
Who can find a virtuous woman?
So we just read before, the Most High said, when you find a fruitful seed, a fruitful possession, sow your seed. Who can find a virtuous woman? Read.
For her price is far above rubies.
Her price is far above ruby.
That's
so
right.
it is so hard to find a woman that's going to be understanding, that's going to be like Sarah.
Like a ruby.
Like a ruby. Like a Sarah. You know?
Gone.
Hard to find.
It's hard to find. Read.
That's it.
That is it.
This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7 and verse 26.
Read it out.
And I found more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth power shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Exactly.
Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I found not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all these, among all those, have I not found.
And that's coming from Solomon himself. Remember, Solomon had many wives from different nations. Hence why he could write that. He had understanding when he went with his heathens. What did they do? They told him to build us a temple for our God. Come and worship with me.
This is 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
But King Solomon loved many strange women.
What?
But King Solomon loved many strange women
And what-
with the daughters of Pharaoh.
And what nation of people love many strange women? The so-called black men love a nation.
Women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonites, and Hittites of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your hearts after their gods.
Yeah.
Solomon cleaved unto thee in love, and he had 700 wives,
Yeah.
princesses,
Yeah.
and 300 concubines.
Yeah.
And his wives turned away his heart, for it came to pass when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after gods.
Hold
And-
on, 1 minute. So you hear what I'm saying there, yeah? The Most High said his wives. His wives. He didn't say his princesses, he said his wives. So that's why we don't deal with the heathen custom of that wife and husband thing. You're my princess, you're my rib. It's never that
King and queen.
no king and queen thing up here. Yeah, we are royal, but you're not no queen. You're not a harlot. You're not a whore. Read up.
For it came to pass when Solomon was old, his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh his power, and as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians.
The what?
The goddess of the Zidonians.
We went after Ashtaroth, a goddess. You want even worse? Read up.
And Malcolm, the abomination of the Amorites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of Yahweh, and went not full after Yahweh, as did David his father.
As did David his father. That's why he's writing at the tabernacle of David. Yeah? And our people are still doing that today. Our people are still doing the wickedness and the wicked abominations, going after these other gods and these other philosophies. We're still being harlots as a nation. We're being spiritual harlots. These Edomites, the so-called white man, they don't have a god. They have white Jesus, but they don't worship. If they do, they obey him in their way, innit? And our people are joined onto that, onto them customs. We need to come away from them customs and come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Yeah? Got your pencil?
Yeah, I got a piece. This is Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1.
Bring it up.
Ye shall not make no idols or no graven images, neither rear you up a standing image.
Yeah.
Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it. For I am Yahweh your power. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahweh.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. That's no. Our people need to come out of these heathenic ways. You know, come out of Babylon, come out of the world, and stop doing opposite to what Yahweh Shem Yahushua told you to do. And this is why we're out here. We're out here to stand up for the abomination of our people. What
That's
they
right.
do. This irks us to see our people walking in folly. It irks our souls. It irks the Most High soul. So the pain that we're feeling, the Most High's been feeling it for centuries. Read this one about the idols, Baba Bashar.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 18. What profiteth the graven image?
So what profit is your cross that you put in your churches? You all say, oh, I love Jesus, sweet Jesus. He died on the cross for us. What profit is your graven image? Read.
And the spoil of beasts, which made them afraid because of men's blood. God, Salakia. That the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image, and they teach of lies.
Let a teacher of what?
And they teach of lies.
So you need to think to yourself, who gave you these images? Who gave you a cross to worship? A cross means death. Who gave you to worship death? Yeah? Read.
The maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols.
To make what?
To make dumb idols.
So all of these idols of this world, these crosses, the damn cobblestone, all of that is a dumb idol in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But our
right.
people are quick to follow those things. Yeah?
There's more now, yeah?
Yeah, go.
19. Woe unto him that saith to wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise. It shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
So there is no breath in your damn cross in the church. There's no breath in your cobblestone that our so-called black men that to bow down to most of the time, calling themselves Muslim, and our women as well calling themselves Muslims. There's no breath in them things. Them things are not gonna save you from the destruction that the Most High is about to bring. He already said he's coming as a nuclear missile. So that's them idols there, these worldly things are not going to save you. Your weave ain't gonna protect you when the sun comes and burns out your head. Yeah? Your baseball caps and your Louis Vuittons are not gonna protect you when the oppressor comes in with the Gatling gun. Bring your piece back up.
This is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed.
They shall be turned back and greatly ashamed.
They shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images.
So you're gonna read that.
That say to the molten image, ye are our gods.
Say what?
Ye are our gods.
Hear, ye deaf, and look, ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as Yahweh's messengers, seeing many things, but thou observest not, opening the ears, but hearest not.
So that's what our people love to do. Our people love to do that. If it's not suited to how their feelings are, if it's the truth and it's not suited to their feelings, they will close their ears. They'll say, oh no, you know, the cobblestone's been good for me. Oh, the cross has been good. I wear my cross every day. You know? Oh, Jesus will protect me. Jesus brought you here on a damn ship. The ship was called Jesus that brought you so-called black, you Latinos and you Native American Seminole Indians here on ships. That's your sweet Jesus. He's not your savior. Jay is not even Hebrew as well. It's not even Hebrew. So when you call him a sweet Jesus, you want to go back onto that slave ship, you're gonna go hand in hand, the wicked should not go upon you.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35 and verse 2.
Read it out.
Then Jacob, Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods
So put away your strange gods
that are among you, and be clean.
and be what?
And be clean.
So come out of the philosophy of your oppressor and be clean.
And change your garments.
And change your spirit. Renew your spirit within you by the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai,
That's
and
right.
repent.
That's right.
Ask for repentance
From images.
from graven in. Ask him to change your mind from the lies that you have been sold to.
Wait. That's in the Ten Commandments, right? That's in the Ten Commandments. Let's read the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, let's get some laws. Because everybody loves to say, the Ten Commandments. Let's get the Ten Commandments.
This is Exodus chapter 10 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt have no other God before me.
So you sit there and say, sweet Jesus, I love sweet Jesus. Why you got Jesus before Yahweh and Yahweh Shai? Why have you got so-called Allah? Allah just means power before Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. If you want to know who Allah is, the Israelite is Allah. The children of Israel, the children, the so-called black, native, and Seminole Indians, you are Allah.
Yasha Allah.
Yasha Allah. It's in your name.
Gone.
And that's Hebrew, not Jesus. Yasha Allah. You are power. Read.
Exodus 20 and 4.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power.
He's a what?
I'm a jealous power.
Yeah, not jealous. He's going to come back with fire.
Visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children, and unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Yeah?
Wow.
That's right. But Shabbat Mashiach Yahushua is going to do that.
That means to make a graven image, it means you hate.
The Most High.
God.
You hate him.
Wow.
You see that jealousy,
How do you don't love the Most High?
God,
And they done that with the images.
Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. So we're gonna read the Most High jealousy, because you so-called black, Latin Americans, Seminole Indians, if you do not come back to the law, statutes, and commandment that the watchmen are telling you to do, because we're crying out for the abomination in the name of Yahweh Shai, because he did that, this is what's gonna happen to you. Read up.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Yeah.
For my determination is to gather the nations.
So he's determined to gather them. That's what we're here. We're here to gather the nation, so we can wait for our redemption. Your Martin Luther King didn't redeem you. Your Malcolm X didn't redeem you. But the Most High said he has a jealousy. But if you wait on him, he's going to redeem you. Read.
That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation.
To what?
To pour upon them mine indignation.
And indignation is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. You don't want to. Father Kushal, give me the Hebrews 10:31. 15, that indignation is not a beautiful thing. Yeah? Let's get this one before we finish this, yeah? Okay.
This is the book. This is Hebrews. Chapter 10 and verse 31. There is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power,
So it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
but call to remembrance the former days,
Yeah?
in which after ye were illuminated and endure a great fight of affliction.
And did he not just say, that us together, he's going to gather us together to protect us for the indignation of the heathen? So that's what you need to do. You need to come back to these laws, statutes and commandments to the Most High and pray that He protect you when them nukes go off. Read up.
Verse 8, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Shall be what?
All the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
So there's the jealousy again. He is a jealous power. So when you're going down, you so-called black and your Latinos, you Colombians, when you're going to your Jesus and you're bending down and you're bowing shit, the Most High said, okay, because of your house shine, I'm gonna note this time. You have a grace period. Let's see if you come back to me. If you don't, this is what's gonna come to you. You're gonna get burnt with all the other nations. Bring your precept out, Bubba.
This is Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Yeah.
Therefore hear the words at my mouth and give them warning from me.
So we're here to give you warning from the Most High. So the things that the people, your pastors are not teaching you in your church, your oppressors are not telling you.
That's right.
We're out here, standing and crying for the abomination.
That's right.
Because we know Yahweh Shah come and did the same thing, gave his blood, so we're here to do the same thing as our forefathers. We're not here to play no games and try to live in this world. Read up.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
So when he says unto your oppressors, you're going to surely die. When he says unto the wicked other people that join hands with them, you're surely going to die.
Surely
That's
going
right.
to
You're
die.
surely going to die. When you break the Sabbath day, he says you're surely going to die. You're not keeping the commandments.
It's inevitable you're going to die. You're not going to live
Sister,
forever.
where are you from? What's your nationality? Pardon? It's very misguiding. Come on, I can't hear
The
you.
Bible's misguided.
No, we're reading, that's it. We're reading word for word, sister. We're here for you.
You know what? The Bible says the letter kills, but the spirit gives life. And teach the word without the spirit. That's why all your
We swore.
No one's wrong. Give me.
Isaiah 58.
Yeah, give me Isaiah. That's it. See how the spirit.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1.
Read up.
Cry aloud.
What?
Cry aloud.
What?
Cry aloud.
Read.
Spare not. Spare
So
not. Spare not.
we're gonna cry out loud and we're gonna spare not. Read.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Yeah.
And show my people their transgressions.
So we're gonna lift up our voice like trumpets and show our people their transgressions. Because they're quick to follow the philosophy of this kingdom of the so-called white man. But when they're old, the men that love them, that stand proud for them, teaches them the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They do not even want to learn.
She's talking about interpretations.
She
Does
said,
she know when the Sabbath day is?
God.
Does she know what sort of doggy hair she's got?
God. And that's what we're trying to teach our people, to come back and hold them